Hey guys, welcome back. Please leave a like, so this video is recommended to others, and hit that subscribe button so you can keep seeing videos just like this.
Y'all, this lady helped her son set up a train table in their attic and caught something actually terrifying on camera. The mom and son just got done setting up this train table in their attic, and she took a picture of her son. In the photo, it looks like electricity is going around this child. Now, this was taken on a disposable camera, so she didn't even see this photo until months after it was taken. And right above her son looks like another child, but screaming. Although the son looks happy, the apparition that is appearing above him looks very distraught. And like I said, the spirit is manifested around him and it looks like electricity. So maybe it's like,
why does that kind of look like him though?
It makes you wonder, what happened in this house? Why does this spirit of what looks like a child seem so distraught? Is it upset with the train table being in the attic? Or maybe it's upset with the child being up there? It really makes you wonder what happened to the spirit and what kind of attachment it has to this attic. What do y'all think? Let me know.
That's creepy as hell, man. If that's a real photo, it's time to pack it up and move. Burn the house down. Just get out of there. That's horrifying. Yo, WTF, my daughter said she saw something last night and I asked her to draw what it looked like. What? Alright. I think their house needs like an exorcism, but also their daughter's pretty talented. That's a pretty good painting. Well, I guess it's time to move, right? Hold up there. Quick word from our sponsor, ZocDoc. Are you tired of calling around to different doctors' offices only to be told they don't have any available slots or that they don't take your insurance? Well, I am. That's why I use a service like ZocDoc. They make the process so much easier. ZocDoc is a free app and a website that lets you find high-quality in-network doctors so that you can find one that you love. And that means booking in-network appointments with over 150,000 providers in all 50 states. If you need a dermatologist, a dentist, eye care, primary care, or one of 200 other specialties provided by ZocDoc, you can easily search by symptom or specialty so that you can build a team that you need. ZocDoc lets you see your doctor through video or in person, whichever you prefer. The best companies out there are straightforward and transparent. ZocDoc lets you see thousands of patient reviews so you can get an idea for who your doctor really is. You don't like small talk? Maybe they don't like small talk. You like going fishing? Maybe they like going fishing. The doctor for you's gotta be out there. The point is to find a doctor that you love. And when you're ready, you can check their availability and book that instantly. Appointments through ZocDoc can happen pretty quick, anywhere from 24 to 72 hours, and if you're lucky, you might get a same-day appointment. So make sure you don't forget to actually be kind to yourself this year. ZocDoc is free. Visit my link at ZocDoc.com/Ahuevo to find and instantly book a in-network top-rated doctor today. Thank you to ZocDoc for sponsoring this video, and again, you can book your appointment by clicking the link in the description below.
There is a belief that people with Rh negative blood, which is only 15% of the population that have this Rh negative, were actually related back to aliens. That an ancient civilization got it on with the aliens, and it's come through that line. And there's a place called Basque, I think you pronounce it. It's in the north of Spain, south of France.
The Basque area, Basque country, as they call it.
Correct, yep. There's a concentration of it of 35%, and they speak a very unusual language that does not relate back to any part of Europe, and like it's got no basis from Europe. It just stands alone as a unique language.
Fascinating.
So perhaps the aliens like the north of Spain for a holiday.
Is this real? Or is this true? Wait a minute, how have I never heard of this? This is fact check true. Basque is a language spoken in País Vasco, a region in northern Spain and southern France. The language is a language isolate, which means no other language in the world is related to it. The origins of language are unknown. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, so these people are aliens. Well, The more you know.
If you ever mailed your DNA into 23andMe or Ancestry.com, you're gonna want to hear this. Recently, author and philosopher Jason Reza Georgiani appeared on American Alchemy and claimed that he was told about
This is connected to those people in Basque, just like how they talked about this in the last week's video.
a secret program involving DNA testing sites and the search for aliens living among us. According to the story, retired Army Sergeant Lynn Buchanan, who was part of the government's remote viewing program, was once approached by three beings claiming to be Nordics. You know the type. Tall, blonde, blue-eyed, almost Scandinavian looking, except they're not from Earth. And according to this claim, these Nordic aliens escaped to Earth from a tyrannical government from their homeworld and have been living quietly in small towns in the Colorado Rockies for decades. But apparently, the CIA is now trying to find them. It's said that the Nordics have been here long enough to have had hybrid children and grandchildren with humans, and their descendants don't even know their true origins. Buchanan was told that former CIA analyst and UAP specialist Kit Green had supposedly found a way to access DNA databases and search for specific genetic variants linked to aliens. And remember for years when scientists used to call parts of our DNA junk DNA because they didn't know what it did? Well, what if it's not junk? When certain unknown genetic markers show up, that's the thing that certain groups may be looking for while trying to locate aliens who are otherwise hiding in plain sight. And does anyone remember back in 2023 when 7 million customers had their data breached from 23andMe, and then every director resigned with no explanation? You sent them a saliva sample, and they now have your complete genetic blueprint. And there's allegedly a backdoor for certain entities to see if you have non-human DNA. Now, I've already seen people connecting this to a theory about Rh-negative blood, a rare blood type with no clear evolutionary origin and no primate ancestor that we know of. It's been tied to these theories of being connected
Wait, they have no primate ancestor?
to aliens for decades. And I've also seen people saying that maybe they're not looking for aliens, maybe they're looking for Nephilim bloodlines from the Bible. Now, this all sounds super far-fetched, but sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Let me know what you think in the comments.
I don't know, bro. There's this little country called Basque. I think they have all the answers.
What is that?
It's gone, bro. It's completely...
Yeah,
oh,
what is
it's
going
back.
on? Yeah, that is bizarre, dude. Like, what's going on, man? Like, there's one circling. You see that one circling over there? And then they, like, they go away.
Like, it almost looked like how they have like the small lights on it.
Yeah, like, what is happening?
But yeah, look at it turn on behind there.
Yeah.
Oh
What I
my
don't
god,
understand is
that's
how they're
crazy.
circling so close,
Yeah, what is
and
going
then
on there?
Whatever's trailing behind them just disappears.
Yeah, then it's gone.
That's bizarre. That's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that in my whole
What
life.
the heck is that, man?
Wow.
That's crazy. I think that's one of the crazier UFO videos I've seen. People were saying drones. No, they're not drones. They are not drones. I'll tell you right now, that's not a drone. They looked really high up. I don't think drones could do that. That's crazy. This is the most realistic UFO video I've seen. The day I found out the back of my closet is actually a door to the neighbors, I'd sue for that.
Bonjour. Oui, bonjour. Ils ont un poste, hein? Bonjour. Oui, bonjour.
Yo, they're speaking a language I don't understand. That's Narnia. They found a portal. That's straight up just Narnia, bro.
He was sent to deliver food to a house that's been abandoned for years. An Uber Eats driver was delivering an order late at night, but when he arrived, the entire property was locked tight from the front and back, making it impossible to reach the door. So he left the food by the front gate, walked around the corner and waited to see what happens, as the streets were completely empty.
बैग पड़ा हुआ है अभी तक पता नहीं आपको नजर आ रहा है कि नहीं ये देखें अब क्या किया जाए कुछ समझ से बाहर है क्या करूं मैं घर के पास जाऊं What बैग गायब हो गया.
He looked towards his bike for just a second, but when he turned back around, the bag of food was gone and there was nobody around. So he goes back to the gate, thinking something inside took the food.
Hello. Anybody there? I saw you just pick up the bag from here. I know you exist, and I know you are living here. Are you sitting here on the chair?
Whatever ordered that food was already inside.
Just let the ghost eat, bro. That's grounds for no tip right there. He can't be just waiting around being nosy.
All right, let's see what they eat. What in the God? No, man, I gotta start walking around with better posture, yo. I gotta start walking around like a Marine, because that ain't. What is that? Yeah, man, come on, no. God! All right, let's see what they eat. What in the God? No, man, I gotta start walking around with better posture, yo. I gotta start walking around like a Marine, because that ain't. What is that? Yeah, man, come on, no.
Had to make sure I was sitting up straight. That hurts just looking at them. Jesus. I did not like that. That made me self-conscious. That boy looks like he needs to go to the emergency room. That does not look healthy. Blue origin explosion from my house. Is that Jeff Bezos' company? I think it is. Damn, son. I thought that was a sunset. Yikes, dude. That would have me freaked out. I would have thought maybe Russia finally pulled the trigger or something. Jesus. Here's a different view.
Dude, what the fuck?
Golly, bro. Ooh.
We're about to hear it.
Look at the mushroom cloud.
Dude, what the?
I would be looking for any type of indoors immediately. That's crazy. And they're even crazier for sticking around.
I don't care. I think he's meant to be seen. I don't care. I think he's meant to be seen.
Dude's not exactly being nonchalant or blending in. Could at least put a little bit of makeup on, maybe a wig, and then maybe he wouldn't draw so much attention. Just a tip. Just a tip.
Check this out. So it's a blue moon right now, and for whatever reason, the reflections on my window are creating like 6 other moons reflections, or bokeh, or whatever you want to call it. It's like lens flares, but usually with lens flares and reflections, if I move one direction, then the flare or the bokeh goes, the other way, or keeps going, based on my movement. But this, they're orbiting. They're not like moving away from the lens like lens flares normally do. They're just like orbiting the center object, or the main source, the reflection source. I've never seen that, and it just happens to be the blue moon right now. What do you guys think?
That looks cool. I don't know what to think of this. Steve's Dared says, yeah, that happens once in a blue moon. Okay. We're moving on now.
So you mean to tell me that NASA didn't have the capabilities to warn anybody about that meteor that hit Boston yesterday? A meteor traveling at 75,000 miles per hour hit Massachusetts yesterday. This meteor hit surface so hard, and it was so loud, that people heard it in Boston, that people heard it in Rhode Island, that people heard it in New Hampshire. Mind you, it touched ground in northeastern Massachusetts. And let me say this, that meteor was probably more than 7 tons. Matter of fact, listen to how loud this was. Listen. Did you just hear that? Hold on one time. Hold on. Listen. Mind you, this is in different areas, in different places. Nah, man. You gonna have people say it's normal for meteors to hit the Earth. And even though that may be true, you're telling me a meteor that big, coming at Earth that fast, is normal? Then might I add, what was the boom that everybody heard in South Carolina? Along with the sonic boom they heard in Boston, in New England, in New Hampshire, in Rhode Island, they also heard something in South Carolina. And let me reiterate, that meteor was moving at 75,000 miles per hour. Tell me what's normal about that. I'm out.
All right, so I've seen a bunch of theories and everybody's going crazy about this. The craziest one that I've seen, now this is just a theory, is that that thing was a missile and they intercepted it. Because like he's saying, how do we not have the capability to detect a meteor? Would the average person like me and you know the difference between a meteor and a missile? I don't think we would. That's the craziest theory. They don't want people to panic. I guess that's the reason why.
I don't know what's going on.
I just found this in my backyard.
Awesome, I think. Oh. I don't know what this is, but it looks old. It's a big old knot.
A bench?
It's definitely a fire pit. What the heck? What the heck, dude? Oh, what the heck? What the heck? Interesting. What are those? Alright, so I came back. Here's the two benches.
Aren't those torches? Maybe they're like electric? Or lights?
Kind of eerie. What's going on? Stand by. I ran out of spit. You're invited to take strength from the source of all strengths. Really on here. I gotta go back and get some water. Okay, so I came back with napkins, water, after I ran out of spit to clear off the sign. It's in my backyard, pretty much. It's kind of eerie, but listen to this. You are invited to take strength from the source of all strength. This non-denominational chapel is open to any person or any honorable worship, for any honorable worship purpose. The Holy Cross is made from a tree grown in the Holy Land. So does that mean there's a... I don't know what's going on. This is wild. Really awesome, I think. Christ, the open door. Holy moly. Peace to all who enter here. I'm shaking. Wow. There's carpet in here. This is so old. I had to really pull on the door. It was shut from the vines. There's the cross. Isaiah 41. Comfort for the people. Talking about.
So it's like I guess like a little chapel. That's pretty cool.
Dude, my house is right there. You can see my fence. That's my fence. You can see another house right here, but no one has been in here in years.
Well, that's a cool little find. At least it wasn't like a Satanist temple, right? Yay, I guess. Let's be grateful for that.
And you remember being in the shop Correct.
What do you remember about that night?
There were 3 random guys walking around in a strange suit. Opened the sewer, go in like the Ninja Turtles. They went in there, yeah, it's very odd. I was looking at them, they were looking at me, you know, I could tell they were up to no good. You know, they didn't bother me. But they went in there, closed the cover, like, you know, they were never here. Those 2 strange cars just randomly pulled up waiting for them, and one of my guys called 911, and after that, you know, we didn't really know much. But I closed my shop door and that was it. But very strange.
What the hell is happening here? And why do they have Ninja Turtle strength? Because he just pulled that sewer lid like it was nothing. I need a little bit more context here. Let's see. The mystery began unfolding in late May after 8 people were seen going through a manhole in the middle of the night. No injuries were reported and no arrests have been made. The DEP also stressed that entering the sewer is illegal and extremely dangerous. I'm sure. So they have no idea what these people were doing and they never found them. Why did they look like they're wearing minion costumes too? That's crazy. I mean, I don't know what they could possibly be doing.
Balls are rolling down the street. Balls are rolling. Balls are rolling.
It's rolling.
Oh, somebody actually hit a ball. Yep. Oh, hell no. Y'all, Tommy Car Wash. What the Your Pokemon ball. Oh, hell, that got worse. Oh, oh, hell no.
Oh, full on crash.
Oh, no.
Easiest lawsuit in the world, maybe? I wasn't expecting them to belong to a car wash. The only place I've seen big balls like that is outside of Target. Only place I've seen big balls like that.
Human remains have now been identified as missing Los Alamos employee Melissa Casillas. A handgun was found nearby. The cause of remains unknown. But here's what the New Mexico State Police have confirmed as of this point. Melissa Casillas disappeared on June 26, 2025. She was an employee at Los Alamos National Laboratory. She left behind a purse, she left behind her ID, she left behind 2 cell phones. Family searched, investigators searched, and for nearly a year, there was no trace of her, nothing. Then on May 28th, a hiker in Carson National Forest discovered human remains. A handgun was found nearby. The Office of the Medical Investigator later confirmed that the belonged to Melissa Casillas, and they actually ordered further anthropological examination. Investigators have not officially determined
unknown.
As of this moment. I will note that her connection at Los Alamos obviously has been highly talked about, but as of today, there is no specific public evidence linking her employment to her disappearance. The family now has an answer to who was found, but the question of what happens, that remains unanswered. This is a developing story. I will keep you updated as more information.
Wow. Suspicious, 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 suspicious. And I think they found her in a spot where they had already looked before. So even more suspicious. What do these scientists know, man?
Look, I've never witnessed one of these in person before, but I have seen enough TikToks to know that that is a damn trap.
Damn.
Look, I've never witnessed one of these
That's
in
a perfect
person before,
circle.
but I have seen enough TikToks to know that that is a damn trap.
I don't know if I believe in those things. It is pretty cool that they form in like a perfect circle like that.
So me and Penelope just came downstairs to get her Mountain Dew. See, Baja Blast Mountain Dew. Keep it over here. And we heard a noise. Penelope, the punching bag is moving. Did you watch? Nope, let's go. I'm done. Here, wait, you go first. I'm the adult. I'm the adult. I'm the adult. I'm the adult. So me and
I mean, could be that giant Ouija board that they just have sitting there. Just a guess. Maybe the ghost thinks they want to talk.
What's up, America? Ancient Roman holographic ring of a mother and son discovered. So this is a ring made out of gold that was discovered at the tomb of Abuta Quarta near Rome. You can see the ring is made out of gold, and the gemstone inside, when it's turned, makes a holographic or a hologram effect, one showing the face of the mother and another showing the face of the son, depending on how you look at it. Now, this is from a carving, so the way it was carved is what makes this effect happen. And it's said that the faces look eerily lifelike when the light hits it just right, because it's carved to be as lifelike and three-dimensional as possible. Now, this is an incredible example of Roman craftsmanship that most people can't even duplicate today, which seems to be the order of the day. There's a lot of things that are ancient that people can't even duplicate today. So let me know what you think of this ancient ring. It's almost impossible even now to find something like this.
I have not been flabbergasted it like in a good while. He said this is from the Roman Empire? That's crazy, dude. How did they even come up with the concept of a hologram? That's insane. See, I swear civilizations were way more advanced than they told us. They had to have had some crazy technology or knowledge at least, you know?
Disney cruise, there was just an FBI bust of over 20 employees on the Disney cruise.
CP ring.
20 different Disney employees with CP.
That was happening on the cruise ship.
Yeah, that's a lot of people into the same thing in the same place.
I don't know the details. Very strange how powerful Disney is.
Well, also who they're owned by. Basically BlackRock and stuff. They own like Disney, they own all the news channels, and it's like, we got to protect this asset. So like, let's talk about building this whole narrative with this hantavirus. But then at the same time, this story about the Disney cruise. So like when you look at cruises, it's like, oh, hantavirus.
You have people saying, I can't go back into a new lockdown. That's instantly where people's minds go.
They want that fear.
So you don't know what hanta is in slang, right? Nonsense, lies, a scam, or something fake.
Hanta?
Yeah.
Jeez.
This is like a couple of videos back when we saw that I think Tom Hanks and a couple of other celebrities were starting their own like coffee company or coffee brand, so that when you Googled their name, that's the only thing that would pop up. You guys remember that? They're trying to bury one story with another, allegedly.
It is. Todd, you're okay, honey bun. Mama's here.
Never in my life have I seen rainbow lightning.
Holy shit. Dude. Who? See this? Todd, you're okay, honey bun.
Did I miss it? Damn, I guess I'm colorblind. I mean, it looks scary, but I didn't see any rainbow. I thought she meant like the specks on the window.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Everything is great. Nothing to see here at all.
How has he not noticed that? And this is probably why they're trying to replace us with AI. Kevin says, bro clearly forgot to say that's not going anywhere after strapping it. And the slap too. He has to slap it so it stays in place.
Ay, güey, alguien está caminando.
¡Oh, la madre! ¡Oh, la madre! ¡Uy, güey! ¡Salió de acá! ¡Acá atrás! ¡Oh, su madre! ¡Me espantaste, güey!
Ay, güey, alguien está caminando.
¡Oh, la madre! ¡Oh, la madre! ¡Uy, güey! ¡Salió de acá! ¡Acá atrás!
I love that.
¡Oh, su madre! ¡Me espantaste, güey!
Amazing. How his bro goes hunting in a graveyard and completely misses a cow. Oh god. The wind was not playing. What? Damn, it snatched her up. Oh, she's gone, bro. She's gone. Oh my god, it really snatched her. Yeah, she's gone. Somebody asked the poster, where did she go? And she said, I was right there and I couldn't even tell you. Oh, she gone, bro. She gone. Bro, that water is boiling. If it's even water. Yo, that's crazy. They're playing the floor is lava in real life. Holy crap, dude. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's see. A suspected geyser eruption in a backyard in Mexico this week prompted evacuations, a school closure, and multi-agency scientific response. That's serious, huh?
Creepy true Reddit stories that keep me up at night, part 10. When I was younger, I had an imaginary friend who lived in this massive antique dresser. We'd chill out, and I vividly remember him telling me stories, although I have absolutely no recollection of what they actually were. I remember one day talking to my parents about it. Dad traveled quite a bit, so he wasn't up to date with what I was into. And when I started telling him about my dresser buddy, he wanted to know his name. It was something innocent like Peter or Patrick, but I can still see him going white in the face. I drew Peter or Patrick out for him, and the very next day, him and my uncle took out that dresser and burned it. It wasn't until a few years later when I found out my dad's little brother, my uncle, also had the same friend with the same name who lived in the same antique dresser. After a few months of the typical imaginary friend stuff, my uncle started having night terrors and couldn't sleep because of Peter or Patrick. It got so bad that they had to move him out of his room before he managed to get back to normal. Follow for more creepy true Reddit stories.
Bruh, hell to the nah. That's so creepy. Do any of you guys have any personal experiences? Or do you know of anybody that has had a personal experience with an imaginary friend? Because I just can't see it. I used to think this was like a myth, like a scary campfire story that people used to tell, but now I'm not sure. Well guys, that's all I have today. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you're awesome and I appreciate you. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.